Hi, it's Wendy Shuttleworth. I'm back talking to you. I hope you're doing well. Today we're talking about conflict. The energy field around somebody when they are showing conflict, aggression and anger. So that the person with the anger and the aggression is almost their energy, almost grabbing, clawing, scratching the other person's energy. And the one being the poor me, a kind of game, has like a floppy, grey, dead kind of aura. So just be aware of what the energies are doing. And then I want to also just quickly give you some procedures. I'm just going to read some of this because I can't remember all of it off by heart all the time. So useful anger procedures. The time and place needs to be appropriate. In other words, perhaps the best time to fight your husband is not during, or to ask him for a favor or something, during a rugby match. I mean, perhaps, Perhaps not in the shops, Perhaps after he's had a nice meal and a nice beer, or whatever he has, a cup of coffee, tea, whatever. So it's about the time and the place needs to be right. Try not choose a time to approach people with a conflict situation when they're tired. Duh, it's going to make it worse. Body language. We have spoken about body language. So please, when you've got conflict, don't do the poor me or the doormat or the aggressive. Please do the assertiveness one. Okay? Remember, I value me and I value you. If you can go into a conflict situation with that kind of attitude, you're halfway there already. Okay. Next thing, deal with feelings first, then the problem. I've actually come up with a really nice technique on counselling. It's a bit too long to talk through here, but the most important thing is that the person needs to feel heard. They need to feel as if you heard them. So you tell them your issue, and then they have to go through various different steps saying, have you heard them? And repeating what you said so that they feel heard. And then the other one has a chance to talk and repeat what you've heard. And then you look at the different behaviors you're both playing. What will happen if you don't change? What will happen if you do change? And what do you actually want? And then make sure the other one understands how you're feeling, how they're feeling, and the consequences. Do not discuss the past or personal characteristics. It's so important when you're doing this procedure not to attack or blame. In other words, don't say it's your fault. You make me sad. Say, I am sad. I am sad. I feel sad. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not blaming anything. At the end of the day, we're all adults. We've got to take responsibility for ourselves. Be assertive, not aggressive. Listen actively, but drive for results. So in other words, actually listen to the person. Don't be busy planning your own answer in return. Listen to how they're feeling. Half the fight is won if they feel heard. That's so important. Agree on how to monitor the agreement. In other words, you come up with action plans. How are you going to see if these are being lived? How can you see that these are being done correctly, lived out, actioned? The consequence of failure to honor it. In other words, if the other person isn't sticking to their agreement, what's going to happen? What are you going to do? No action is action. So you must understand that if you have an agreement and the one breaks it and there's no consequences, it's not really going to work, is it? Pity. Okay, monitor how the agreement is implemented, calm down, mediate on the problem, solutions, and think it through. Sleep on it. Sometimes works for some people. Work through irrational anger. If you're one of those people that has a really irrational anger, go write a letter. Write a letter to the person before you talk to them. Work through all that anger, the irrational part of the anger, before you meet them, before you talk to them. You don't have to, just because you write a letter, you don't have to give it to them. I'm not saying that. I'm saying write it through, and then when you're ready, you can hand it over and give it to them, or burn it. Or if you want, give it to them. All right. Call a close friend, somebody that you know will tell you the truth about the situation. Identify the problem, vent appropriately, use the I method. Ask them to change their behavior, but not who they are. So you can't say, I don't want you to be this kind of person. You can say, I don't want to be hit anymore. Just be careful how you do it. You don't need to blame. Check your anger game. What game are you playing? There's always a game. There's always a game. Check what your energy is doing. Exercise before you do it. Work off some of that anger. Use the color blue. Maybe have an aromatherapy massage or bath. Have the oils burning. Lavender is very good, and chamomile for angry situations. Take rescue remedy before you go in. Drink water and visualize what you want to happen. So set up what outcome do you want and how you're going to get there. It's not all about winning, because winning is a short-term thing. What long-term do you want? The following procedure is useful in a conflict situation. So explore, think the conflict, anger, problem through, and prepare and stay in your truth. Okay, that's a bit longer than my normal videos, but there's a lot to say on conflict and anger. There's even more than what I've done. I hope you work through your conflict in a more appropriate and better way. Thank you.